I have this understanding that apparently the pond depth of more than, you have to have a pond depth of more than 3 inches to survive in the winter. Now that doesn't sound like a lot to me, exactly, but so it should be, surely. Is there a optimal measure of how deep the water should be for the pond? Or
there's rules of thumb, but I think for typically you'll see in lots of sort of pond building sort of guidebooks and things that if we want a koi pond, then we're going to need a minimum depth of about 5 foot. I mean, it's almost something you could swim in, a koi pond. But
yeah, that seems much kinder.
Yeah. And for goldfish, really, there needs to be areas of the pond with a depth of about 3 foot for goldfish to successfully get through the winter. I think probably rather than the physical actual depth of the pond, it's probably more the volume of the pond and the surface area. Now in the summer we want a really nice big surface area of the pond, and we want lots of aeration through fountains and waterfalls and things, because we've got to be getting oxygen into that pond all the time, and the bigger the surface area the better. In winter the reverse is true. The bigger the surface area of the pond, the more contact the water has with the really icy cold air, and the cooler the pond's going to get. The bigger the volume of the pond, the more water there is, the better that pond water is buffered against temperature change. So we know a small volume of water is going to cool down much quicker than a larger volume of water is, and the reverse is true for heating it up. So I think really what we're talking about here is the volume of the pond. The actual amount of water in there is the important thing. But by saying we've got an area of the pond that's 3 foot deep, that's enough volume for the fish to then go and just be away from, have enough volume of the pond so the fish can be buffered against the pond getting, freezing solid almost.